Mithraism. Mithraism, originating from Persia and spreading to Europe after Alexander the Great's conquests, became a prominent underground religion in the late Roman Empire. Followers worshipped Mithra, the Persian god of the sun and war. This mystery cult featured secret oaths, baptisms, and rituals eerily similar to early Christianity, making them rival subcultures. A key date in Mithraism was December 25th, celebrated as Mithra's birthday. Their most significant ceremonies, rooted in ancient Persian paganism, involved the sacrifice of a white bull, which, according to legend, transformed into the moon. As Christianity rose to dominance, Christian leaders labeled Mithraism as a demonic ripoff, leading to its persecution and eventual disappearance. But imagine if history had taken a different turn. Mithra could be as central to our beliefs today as Jesus. Catharism and Cathars. Catharism, or the Cathars, were a Christian offshoot with dualist beliefs that thrived in northern Italy and southern France from the 12th to the 14th centuries. Despite condemning reproduction, their numbers grew significantly. They called themselves good Christians and believed that an evil god, identified as Satan, ruled the physical world, while a good god took over in the New Testament. Cathars believed human souls were sexless spirits of angels trapped by the evil god. They revered Jesus Christ and adhered to what they saw as his true teachings, but denied his physical incarnation and resurrection, rejecting the normative Trinitarian doctrine. They viewed women as spiritual equals to men, believed in reincarnation, and practiced pacifism, earning them the nickname Western Buddhists. Catharism was brutally suppressed in a crusade called by Pope Innocent III, leading to the genocide of the Cathars and marking the beginning of the Inquisition. Over the centuries, the Church's persecution campaigns aimed to erase their influence completely. Canaanite religion, Canaanite religion, or Canaanism, thrived among the natives of the region between the Mediterranean Sea and the Jordan River. For many years, our knowledge of their beliefs came solely from the Torah and the Bible, where the Canaanites were depicted as enemies of the Israelites. But the discovery of Canaanite tablets on the northern coast of Syria provided direct evidence of their rich, polytheistic faith. The Canaanites worshipped numerous deities, with El as the supreme god and Baal, his son, as the god of thunder and rain. Their religious practices included animal sacrifices, veneration of the dead, and worship at shrines or sacred groves. One popular myth involved a battle between Baal and Mot, the god of death. Baal was defeated, causing a drought, and the other gods, led by El, united to rescue him. Anat, the goddess of war, ventured into the underworld, slew Mot, and freed Baal. Canaanite religion significantly influenced neighboring cultures, including the ancient Israelites and Phoenicians. However, it gradually faded due to Israelite conquests and religious pressures, eventually disappearing from the historical stage. Aztec religion, Aztecism, Aztec religion, or Aztecism, was a vibrant mix of polytheism and pantheism, centered around the supreme god Olmecs and a diverse pantheon of lesser gods and nature deities. The Aztecs believed their gods provided for society's needs, so in the capital Tenochtitlan, priests dressed as important deities like Tlaloc, the god of rain, and Huitzilopochtli, the god of war and the sun. Aztec rituals were intricately tied to their calendars, with festivals, government ceremonies, and even warfare scheduled around key dates. Public rituals included food, storytelling, dance, ceremonial warfare, a unique Mesoamerican ballgame, and human sacrifice. The latter was a significant aspect of Aztec religion, performed on a grand scale to honor the gods. At Tenochtitlan alone, between 10,000 and 80,000 people were sacrificed over 4 days during major ceremonies. Aztec cosmology divided the world into 13 heavens and 9 layers of the underworld, each associated with specific deities and celestial objects like the sun, moon, and Venus. After the Spanish conquest, the Aztec people were forced to convert to Catholicism, leading to the decline of their rich religious traditions. Shakerism. Shakerism, or the Shakers, is a millenarian restorationist Christian sect that originated in England and later took root in the U.S. during the 1780s. Known as the Shaking Quakers because of their energetic movements during worship, the Shakers practiced celibacy and communal living, completely rejecting sex as part of their beliefs. This group embraced pacifism and gender equality, with women holding spiritual leadership roles alongside men. They gained fame for their high-quality furniture and commitment to simple living. The Shakers peaked in the mid-1800s with around 4,000 members, but their vow of celibacy made recruiting new members quite the challenge. By 1920, only 12 communities remained. Taking in orphans and the homeless didn't help much either, and today, only one Shaker village remains in Maine, with just 2 members left. Baltic Finnic Paganism. Baltic Finnic Paganism was a polytheistic religion practiced by the Baltic Finnic people, including the Finns, Karelians, Estonians, and Vepsians. Evolving from shamanism, their faith involved worshiping the dead, venerating sacred animals like the bear, and performing nature-based rituals such as rock paintings and pilgrimages to sacred woods for sacrifices. Their belief system included a fascinating concept of the soul, divided into 3 parts: Henki, the life force, Luanto, willpower, and it, personality. They believed both animate and inanimate objects had souls and thought the world was created from the egg of a special duck. Their main deity was Ukko, the sky and thunder god. His feast day on April 4th was one of their most important celebrations. Thunderstorms were believed to occur when Ukko slept with his wife, a charming bit of ancient meteorology. By the early 20th century, Baltic Finnic paganism had largely disappeared due to Christianization. Orphism, Thracian religion. Orphism was a fascinating religious movement in ancient Thrace and Greece, centered on the teachings and hymns attributed to Orpheus, a mythical poet who famously descended into the Greek underworld and returned. The Orphics revered Dionysus, the Greek god of wine, and Persephone, the queen of the underworld. The central myth of Orphism involves the suffering and death of Dionysus at the hands of the Titans. According to the myth, the Titans kill and eat the infant Dionysus. In retaliation, Zeus strikes the Titans with a thunderbolt, turning them to ash. From these ashes, humanity is born, inheriting its body from the Titans and its soul from Dionysus. Orphics believed that salvation could be achieved through a secret purification ritual that reenacted Dionysus's suffering. The faithful believed they would spend eternity alongside Orpheus and other heroes after death, achieving liberation, while the uninitiated would be reincarnated indefinitely. Orphism influenced later philosophical thought and early Christianity, but it never became a dominant religion and eventually faded away. Olmec religion. The religion of the Mesoamerican Olmec people thrived from 1400 BC until around 400 BC in what is now the southern Gulf Coast of Mexico. While the exact cause of their decline remains unclear, volcanic activity is considered a likely reason. Without direct evidence of their religious practices, archaeologists draw comparisons with Mayan and Aztec religions, noting a close link to shamanism. The Olmecs possibly worshipped a jaguar god of rain and fertility, though some theories suggest they had 8 equally important gods. The Olmecs offered blood sacrifices and jade figures to their deities, combined with ritualistic dances and masks. Their priests likely used hallucinogenic substances to communicate with spirits. As one of the earliest Mesoamerican religions, The Olmec faith is considered a mother culture to later Mesoamerican spiritual traditions. So, if you're curious and enjoy a mix of humor and history, dive into the world of Olmec religion.